People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, people elsewhere on the internet. And my blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. And I am, well, I wouldn't say detangling as opposed to re-prepping my hair. As you know, I took down the Brazil knots and I put the hair up, but what most people don't know, when I put the hair up after a protective style, is because I slathered this on it. This, excuse me one second, is this. This whole bottle will fit in here. And as you can tell, I used quite a bit of it. I applied it to my hair basically like you would a relaxer over every section. Then I covered it with a scarf, a decorative scarf actually, that's made for hair. So it's actually made of satin. And I went to work. So that gave it a whole day to re-moisturize my hair. So that way when I came home to detangle, I didn't have to worry about, breakage or anything like that, because my hair responds better when I do a moisture treatment before I detangle, as opposed to a protein treatment the way some do. So now I'm combing through all the sections that were twisted up and detangling any, leftover braids or locks, as it were. And then I'm just braiding it up like that. I find it interesting that this is all the hair that's come out. Usually when there's a protective style, I shed a lot of hair, and it's like for each section, the comb would be full, but I would still have a lot of hair on my head, because every time you shed a hair, it's because your body has produced a new hair to replace it. But when you braid your hair up or twist it up and leave it that way for a while, those shed hairs do not have a chance to fall out. And when you have curly hair, they don't fall out anyway. They just kind of fall to, okay, this curly hair that falls out here might fall to curl here and just kind of hang around there, because it's not straight, so it won't just slide right out. So then people see that and they go, oh, I'm losing hair. No, you naturally supposed to shed 100 to 150 strands of hair a day. Mine's more like 50 to 100. I don't know if it's because of, the way I take care of it or my curl pattern or what, but I don't shed a lot of hair, except for when I'm detangling from a protective style. And even then, it's not a lot. So I'm using the big comb basically to surface comb, because at the roots, okay, like the hair here, it's fine on top, then you get to the roots, and because I did a base of twist, some of it actually locked. So while I'm going through it, I'm finding those little areas and combing through with that very small comb, which means I have to also be very, very, very gentle, very slow, and very deliberate in my actions, because you don't want to take a comb like this and go and yank through. No, you want to gently go from the ends to the roots instead of from the roots to the ends. And I have actually seen people do that. They'll go like this and go straight down, and then when they see a comb full of hair, they wonder why. Well, duh. If you treat your stuff like, that's not going to work for you. You have to start down here, work your way up. Now the front section, I don't worry about that so much, because the front section of my hair tends to be wavy to straight. It's the back that's actually curly. And then I just literally split out the sections as I go. See, that way when I get to this section here, like I already feel one. that part has actually locked just the teeniest bit. So we're going to start at the ends and work our way down. Because also, what a lot of people don't realize, I'm tender-headed. And a lot of people are very surprised to find that out for one simple reason. A lot of people originally got perms and relaxers and all that because they were tender-headed, and it was just easier to comb their hair if they didn't have to worry about, oh, it hurts to comb, especially when I had tangles. Please, there's no reason to put a bunch of chemicals in your hair that can eventually cause cancer or hair loss or some other, malady. Just learn how to take care of your stuff and you won't have a problem. That's like I generally don't use a comb this small, but if there's a lock involved, I want to be able to detangle as much of it as possible without having to do the finger search and destroy, because that is very time consuming. As you know, I don't do anything in a time consuming manner. In fact, this video is going to actually be long because I'm explaining that. Because most of my hairstyles only take 5 minutes, But since I take care of my hair in such a way that there is no tangles or detangling or whatever, a lot of days, I don't usually have to worry about that. But if I do have to finger detangle, usually you pull your hair back and you're going strand by strand, starting at the roots, filling your way down to see if you find anything that's, clogging up the works. But since I am basically making sure that anything that locked gets distributed out and unlocked and untangled, then yeah, I need a strong, small, fine-tooth comb. And that section is done, so we're going to braid that up. And that section actually did have a lot of hair in the comb. That's the most hair that has come out of my head in like a month. But it's all good because the hair is actually thicker here too, so I'm assuming for every strand that's in that comb, there's new hair on my head. Because if you shed hair, or quote unquote, as some people say, lose hair, and it's not shed hair, then all the spots that you combed out the hair, there'd be a bald spot because it will be coming out faster than the hair's growing in. I don't have any of those, as you can tell. In fact, my hair is actually thicker than I remember, and that's making it a little bit different in terms of combing it and brushing it and all that. It's like where I used to be able to brush it with a flat paddle brush and get it absolutely, positively flat against my scalp, add a little gel going out the door. Now, instead of being flat, it fluffs to like an inch off my scalp, no matter how much gel I use. So it's growing to the point where it's, oh, good catch, no longer going to lay flat, and that's fine with me. That means my hair has gained length and volume. Because let's face it, with curly hair, a lot of times people don't even know how long your hair is. Sometimes you don't know how long your hair is yourself. But I'm going to do a length check for you right quick. Right now, it's right there. So let's see if I get that in the light for you. Just past my shoulder. I suppose it would have helped if I wasn't wearing a black shirt. But I'm doing something that I very rarely do as a bus driver, and that is I've put on what I intend to wear to work, and I'm going to go to sleep in it, because we're expecting, shall we say, very bad weather. Everybody knows about Hurricane Sandy. Speaking of which, Lord, please bless and keep those in the path of the impending destruction of Hurricane Sandy, and keep them safe and in your care. Amen. But we're also expecting snow, slush, rain, wind, gusts up to like 40 miles an hour, blah, blah, blah. So the last thing I want to do in the morning is deal with my hair and deal with trying to get dressed. So basically, because 4:30 a.m. is real early, and that's what time I wake up. And tomorrow, because of the weather, I'm going to be getting up at 5 because I'm not going to have to worry about getting dressed. I'm already going to have the clothes on, so that way I can spend the time needed to defrost the windows, scrape the ice off if necessary, stay a little bit warmer before I have to go out there and drive in the stuff. Because with the thermostat being down on the car, there's no heat in there. So I'm not trying to be out there earlier in the car longer when I could just do everything I can to be warm inside before I go tackle the weather outside. So all I have to do in the morning, put on a hat, put on a coat, grab my ID card. That one. And continue on from there. There we go. Anyway, you are now up to date. And whatever hairstyle I decide to put this in after I take it down from, the temporary braids that are holding the detangled hair, of course, I will update you and be back to let you know. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.